this is Julian the Frenchman who makes French pronunciation videos here on YouTube, and we are looking at how to pronounce the name of this cheese of French origin.
Why wouldn't you just say it?
It originally comes from Normandy in France.
So it is French.
Looking at how to say more interesting and mispronounced cheese names as well, so make sure to stay tuned.
When I was a kid, my mom used to make a goat cheese pasta with mushrooms and spinach and shallots and all this stuff, and it was very delicious, and I loved it, and I was gonna make it on this show, but then I was thinking about this show, and that I wanna make things easier, shorter, simpler, less complex. And so I decided that rather than folding all these flavors into a goat cheese, I'm gonna buy one that's just not a sponsor, but just a great cheese everyone loves, Boursin. And then instead of having a bunch of fresh vegetables you have to buy, we're gonna use frozen peas. Basically, the idea is we're making almost like an instant macaroni and cheese. So here's what we're gonna do. Salt into boiling water. And then we are taking 12 ounces, AKA 3/4 of a box, AKA 3/4 of a pound of pasta. I'm using these because we're putting peas in this also, and the peas kind of get trapped in the noodle, and then my daughter can eat it without realizing that there's a pea in there. So here we go. And as always, the pasta water is a crucial component of this recipe. Now, frozen peas don't need to be cooked. They're ready to rock, but they are frozen. So what we're gonna do is right when this is about to get pulled, we're just gonna dump those in there just to kind of...
Wait, what do they do? Got it.
They're gonna soften up. They're just gonna get unfrozen. Let's open this guy up. All right, let's do a couple swipes of lemon on this thing, because you actually don't want the white part, you just want the yellow. So just a little swipe. Why don't we temper this a little bit with some of this starchy pasta water now. I know this is not the most appealing looking thing right now, but we're kind of helping it spread into more of a cheese sauce. You can obviously also just drain this in a regular strainer, but just make sure you scoop out some of the pasta water in case you need it after the fact. And then black pepper, because pepper and cheese go together really well. And then based on, like, if it looks like it's getting a little stiff and the cheese is not fully melting, I might add a little extra scoopy of the old cream boy. A little light squeeze of lemon. Let's do just a little drizzle of olive oil to help it along.
It's comforting. It like hits that spot of like, oh, that's what you should get to eat after a breakup. If someone has Boursin out, it means they know what they're doing. And you can get it at any grocery store, and it is always elegant. It is always a welcome touch on any cheese board. That looked like I was reading it off a cue card.
This is also just as fast as making Kraft macaroni and cheese, because all you're doing is boiling water and cooking pasta and tossing stuff together. I'll bet this recipe already exists.
Just like Kraft macaroni and cheese, you can eat this alone in your dorm room, and people will smell it and come in and be like, we'd like to be your friend. Oh, I just thought of like you in your dorm room and you're like, hey guys, it's fresh Boursin. Would you like to come hang out?